We are back with another special interview right now. You know what I mean? We have a Canadian gentleman, but a man who's traveled to many lands. You know what I'm saying? He's got to see many places, many faces, many things. You know what I mean? And it's just an honor to have you here with us today. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So I like, definitely. I like to introduce people like, with no further ado, we have such and such in the place, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to do it that way today.
Okay, he's going to let me do what I do?
I want you to do it the Dax way.
Okay, man. It's your boy Dax, and we back at it like a bad habit. If you want something, better go grab it today, baby. I'm speaking over these sounds, and we finna make a big play.
Hey.
Come on.
Deep end, I'm diving off. Bill Gates, you Microsoft. They think I got a clone. I'm always going twice as hard.
Yeah. Dax.
And I like to call that Toronto ambiance.
Yes, Toronto ambiance.
The Toronto ambiance you're hearing in the background, right?
I love it.
Always like that.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but we've always, it seems like when we've been recording, and we're on Young Street, so
Young Street.
Yeah. But thank you, dog. Thank you.
Thank y'all, man. I love coming to talk, man.
Yeah, man.
Words are powerful.
This is not your first time in Toronto, is it?
Nah, man. Before I even made music, like I was playing basketball. I used to always be in Toronto. Like I played on the provincial team, Ontario. So I was here for training camp and all that stuff like that. So I've been in Toronto a lot.
Okay. How does it feel being back?
Feels great, man. Toronto's a dope place, really diverse, a lot of cool, different people of colors, shapes, and sizes, a lot of beautiful women. I love it.
Definitely a lot of beautiful women.
I think it might be one of the spots in the world that has some of the most beautiful women. I might think.
You're out here for like a few days. I know, like I was notified that you're doing like a few shows out here. So give us a rundown of what you're out here doing.
This is my first ever Canadian tour. So we flew into here from another place in Canada. Like 4 or 5 days ago, and then we stayed here for 2 days off or a day off.
Okay.
And then I went out. There's so many shows I could be forgetting the places, but I was in London, Guelph, and a couple other places. Now we're back here today for a day off. Then I have a show in Toronto tomorrow.
Okay.
And then back to Ottawa.
I see a lot of show stuff and like show footage and stuff on your Instagram and in the stories and different things like that. And like you're doing like packed places, theaters, like huge crowds.
I wouldn't say it's at huge crowds just yet. Right now it's the first one, so working my way up. I'd say it's about every spot's anywhere from 80 to 200 people.
I'm talking about when you're doing some of the openers that you've done for some of these like major acts.
Oh, for Tech Nine. That tour with Tech Nine was crazy, man. That was my first ever tour, period.
Yeah.
So that was a great learning experience. Yeah.
That's a big name, and like he's independent, right? Like he owns his own
label.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his own label, factories,
he's like
and all
probably
that.
The biggest name in like independent.
Yeah, the biggest independent. touring artist.
So what's your show preparation been like now that you're starting to see more shows and get like
show preparation? Before the show, I make sure I get my good workout in, a couple shots of alcohol, and just hop out in there. I tell myself, man, I'm gonna have the most fun.
Yeah.
That's why I tell the crowd, I said, all I'm gonna do for the next 45 minutes is have an unbelievable amount of fun. And when you set that mindset in the crowd, you can't lose.
I like that approach.
Just tell them I'm just gonna have an unbelievable amount of fun. That's it.
Yeah, because that, like you said, it sets the tone.
Yeah.
It makes everybody's mind at ease.
Exactly.
That, you know what, I don't have to worry about this guy getting riled over here and maybe punch me in my face.
Yeah, I'm not trying to impress nobody. It's not a flex up here. I'm up here in some track pants and a white beater. I'm just jumping around like a madman, working, trying to have fun.
I like that approach. I really appreciate that approach.
And you've been moving around from like state to state. Like what's
the American tour. I mean, the Tech Nine was 55 shows. That one was crazy.
Wow.
Great introduction to touring, man. You can't get no better introduction than that.
55 shows, you said?
Yeah, 55 shows. Did that one, then did my own tour. That was like 20 something. That was an American tour. Finished that. I finished that one. The time between the American tour and the Canadian tour was like 3 or 4 days.
Oh wow, the turnover.
It was pretty fast. Try to get them done before the year. So then now I'm on this Canadian tour. Got 6 more shows left.
Nice. What's your favorite spot that you've been so far in the States as far as the tour?
Favorite spot.
Craziest cities.
Oh, okay. So the first night that I really felt like a music artist was Denver.
Okay.
Because it was almost like 300 people there, and I remember stepping on stage, and I almost for a second didn't feel like it was my tour. Because I was like, there's no way this many people got a ticket to come and see me.
Yeah.
And that was like the first night I really felt like, whoa, like I make music, you know?
My music's appreciated. People are fucking with my music.
Yeah, that was the first night where I was like, whoa. But every city has its own different experiences and different ups and downs, but Denver was really like, I was like, whoa, like I'm a music artist.
How long ago was this?
Denver was maybe a month and a half ago.
Oh wow!
So you just only feel now that you achieved like that level of being a musical artist?
Yeah, because I have like when I started, I created like 3 levels for myself. I say, okay, first, because I love like music videos, right? Mm-hmm. So first, I wanted people to be able to be okay with watching Dax.
Yeah.
Mentally, I can't think straight. Yeah, and I can trust no other bitch because I'm starting to see women as the enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm comfortable with this nigga's face.
Yeah.
Okay, I can look at this guy. He doesn't look awkward. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. On YouTube, let me look at this dude. And then it was like, okay, now I got to be able to listen to Dax. So when you're in the car, yo, what do you guys want to listen to? Let's turn on. Someone's like, yo, turn on Dax. So I've gotten to the point where now there's an efficient amount of people who will say in a car will be like, or in their house before they go to sleep, let me listen to Dax while I pass out.
Yeah.
So I got to that point. So now it's like, okay, now I want to hear and see Dax. So I got to go to a show.
Hard ticket sales.
Yeah, hard ticket sales. So now it's like that grind, trying to like get people to come to shows. So yeah.
So you feel like you've checked all of those boxes and like
Nah, not even. I mean, I've done a good job on social media and like numbers wise. Like, you know, I have a pretty good solid fan base. I can create a lot of traction for myself. Now it's like, okay, you know, when I do a show, it's anywhere from like, you know, 80 to 100, sometimes 200, maybe 300, depending on where I go. So now it's like trying to build that to where it's like once I can put 1,000 people in a room, then I know I can jump to arenas. Yeah. So now it's trying to really like have people be like, yo, Dax is in town, let's go.
Yeah. Create that excitement.
Yeah, create that excitement. So that's the goal now.
Okay, so you say you don't feel like, you just felt like last month in Denver.
That one show,
That one show, like you really become, but you have a huge amount of subscribers.
Yeah.
So wouldn't, like, when you started seeing those numbers climb, how did that make you feel as an artist?
Yeah.
That made me feel great. That was like, there's an appreciation for. Some of the stuff is like algorithmic though and viral.
Oh no, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like the demand online doesn't equal a demand in person. You know, because I have a video with, you know, 20 million views, but it's like I'm not selling 1,000 tickets.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a different feeling. But when you actually put like physical bodies in an area and they're standing outside in the cold in Canada waiting for you to come watch, it's a whole different feeling than getting 1 million views, 10 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people get hot on the internet. And they get a bunch of views and it tapers off.
Yeah.
You know,
but I've noticed
like,
you keep your views are very steady in the double-digit millions.
Yeah, I'll always do 1 million. You know, like I'll always, regardless, I'll always do it because I have a lot of subscribers. Yeah. But now I was trying to take that like just next jump. You know.
Yeah. Monetize that into a hard ticket sale, like
exactly.
Like you said, 1,000 people in the room.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to like, because I know the energy when I have like, for example, yesterday there was like maybe. We were in Guelph. There was like 100 and maybe 50 people there, or maybe a little bit less than that. But if the energy was so great,
the energy filled the room.
Oh man, it was crazy. You know, so it's like, man, you put 1,000 people like that, and then I add all these different components to my show and things, and like interacting with people because I have like, it's just, you know, I'm just excited for that, but also trying to appreciate where I'm at now.
Well, I see it coming. You know what I mean? Like you got some videos like, you know, like Herc was mentioning with, you know, millions of views, right? Dear God.
Looking in the book, and it seems like they've been lying for my whole damn life. Tell me where I'm going. Where is it, heaven or hell? I just hope this message reaches you well.
Right, that video, crazy video. You had like the crucifixion reenactment going on
Passion
there.
of the Christ type ish.
Right? Did you get any flack from any Christian group from that?
You know, it's crazy. I logged onto like Facebook a couple times, and I saw like a whole like post dedicated that was about like blasphemy, and he's like Lucifer something. So I saw a little bit of flag, but
you didn't get any threatening DMs or anything like that?
No threat. I mean, at the end of the day, once you listen to the words and you hear all the songs still saying I'm still a believer, these are the questions that you go through, and like, you know, it's hard sometimes. Like it's hard to maintain that anger when you hear the words I'm saying. You know, because it's at the end of the day, it's I feel like it's the average lifespan of a believer. You know, you get to a certain age where you have certain questions. Why is it like this? Why is it like that?
Maybe doubt, a little bit of doubt somewhere.
Exactly. And at one point you just gotta say, fuck it. Amen. I believe.
Like I see in that video there, you're like, I don't want the answer from these people. I want it from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you made this. I want the answer from you, not what these people are saying in other religions. I want it from you. And that's part of the song. I was like, you know what? I like that. Like, and then in other songs you have, I'm liking I see the concepts behind your videos. I'm like, oh, okay. Like the no cap.
See me in the street, ain't about action. Nigga want beef, put it in.
Hey, yeah.
You play the cop and you play the guy running, right?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Sick video.
Thank you.
I'm like, okay, this guy's on something. And then the next, I seen another one. You're the janitor.
Yeah, exactly.
And the guy's like, oh, you're dreaming, huh? Okay, have a good time with that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to lunch. You know, like,
yeah.
And that's actually your roots, the janitor roots.
Yeah.
You touch on that a lot.
While I was playing college basketball, when I was basketball story is a whole nother fucking thing, but I was playing college basketball and everything was like going great. I left Canada when I was 18. At that point I didn't make music, and then I played a year of prep school, Wichita, Kansas, a year of junior college in Casper, Wyoming. Okay. And I finally got to Division I basketball.
Stop for a quick second.
Currently stopping.
Was it like
That's an awesome answer.
Thank you.
Was it like scholarship or like...
Yeah, everything was paid for all the basketball career.
Okay, keep going.
And then so I finally achieved this goal of making Division I basketball. That was a big goal for me, you know what I mean? And then it didn't work out. So I remember I walked into Coach Travis DeCure. He had transferred from... So the person who recruited me to go play at the University of Montana left. Coach Tinkle. Okay. So he calls me when I come back to Canada for that summer, getting ready to now go play Division I, like my dream. He's like, hey, Daniel, man, you know, like, I'm leaving. Yeah. I'm transferring to Oregon State. They gave me the head coaching job. I'm like, fuck. He's like, but, you know, if you still want to go to Montana, I'll tell them, you know, to still keep your scholarship and you can go there. So I go, hoping just like, you know, Travis DeCure would fuck with me. I got hurt, didn't work out. So he pulls me in the office at the end of the year. That's a whole nother crazy story in itself. He pulls me in the office. He's like, man, next year, you're only projected to play 3 minutes a game.
Oh, wow.
He pulls back the board like this. And he had like, he pulls back the board and he has every single player that plays there now and that's coming in recruited next year. And he has the allotted minutes that he thinks every person's going to play. And there was a 3 underneath my name. Wow. And I looked at him like, how could you put a cap on my potential?
That's crazy.
You don't know how hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 3 minutes. Wow.
3 minutes a game. So I transferred back to Wichita, Kansas, where I went to prep school. And then that's where it was the first time in my life I was like, yo, I got to get a fucking job because I'm playing at D2. So I was still on full scholarship, but there's no like per diem where they're like giving you money and this, that, and this, that, and this, that.
All the benefits.
Yeah, all the benefits. So I was just like,
paid for.
Yeah, just that's it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I'm just like, shit. So like I got a job and on campus as a janitor.
Okay,
so I did
that's
that.
how that got into the video.
That's how that got into the video. Yeah, so I was a janitor there for 2.5 years overnight.
What was that transition like? Because I've heard you speak about it like in like you talking about I came from being a janitor to what I'm doing now. Yeah. Right? But you went from like playing ball, and I know there's like mad chicks at the school trying to fuck, all kind of crazy shit, and like now you're doing janitor stuff.
Well, I was still playing college basketball while I was the overnight janitor. Yeah. So like I led the league in scoring my senior year, but I was still working overnight because I was saving up because I started writing poetry, so I wanted to move to LA.
But you didn't mind people seeing you do the janitor stuff? Like that wasn't like, because there's a lot of people who are like, I ain't gonna do that shit.
Though. It's overnight.
Yeah, it was overnight. So I mean, everyone knew. Yeah. But for me, it was almost like empowering. It's like, okay, this nigga's doing that, but he's leading the league in scoring. So it's like I don't give a fuck. You know. But it was great. It was great money because I was starting to make music. It was $7.25 an hour, but it allowed me leeway to not have someone hounding me on my back. And be like, yo, no. I would speed through my work, then I would go in the closet, sit there and just write raps. And then if I got through it early enough, my boss Alonzo would be like, yeah, you can go to the studio. So I'd go to the studio after I got off work, record something real quick, and then go back to my dorm room and pass out.
That's sick.
And serious work ethic.
Yeah, the only reason I want to get at that is because a lot of people, especially in our city here, they're like, yo, I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna be no janitor. I ain't working at this place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They'd rather go and do some crazy shit that'll get them in some trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell a lot of guys, man, if you can get an overnight janitor job, I would do it. Like if while you're trying to get to your next goals, because it's a non-pressure job. You do your job, get your fucking work done, and go hard. No one's hounding you. Yeah. Overnight at 2 a.m. Yeah. No, just finish your work and get it done, and then go chill in the room and do what you want to do. Yeah. You know, there's so many jobs you can't be on your phone. You work at Shoppers Drug Mart, you can't be on your phone.
Yeah.
You work at McDonald's, it's hard to get on your phone, you know. So
Yeah.
He made it work for you.
Yeah.
Facts. Ottawa. So you came a long way because, you know, Ottawa it's relatively still a small city compared to like a Toronto or Montreal.
How many people does Toronto have?
We're clocking
almost three, I think.
Ottawa's got one.
Ottawa got one, right?
Got 1 million, yeah.
So what was life like growing up in Ottawa? Like the generic life like question.
Well, for me, it was all basketball. Like I made an executive decision at the age of 12 that like I wanted to play in the NBA, and I was gonna do whatever it took to make it there. So from that point on, it was like, you know, I didn't go to parties, I didn't do none of that shit up until like 12th grade year where I got a little wild a couple times. But you know how it be.
Was that because you had a good basketball game and there's a party after the game? Was like
this is what happened. This is what happened. It was the first time I ever drank in my life. So I told myself, I'm gonna go to a party for the first time. This was 12th grade year. So I sat in my basement. My parents are Nigerian, so there would always be like Nigerian parties at my crib. Okay. And there was this one Nigerian party we had at Christmas that the Heineken didn't get used. Because everyone had to drive home, so no one drank the Heineken. Okay. So I went in my basement by myself before my first ever party, and I had a Heineken. And I was like, yo, this is going to be the first time I'm drinking alcohol.
So Heineken was
my first ever drink.
Okay.
So I drank that Heineken, I got a head rush. I went to the party, I was so social. I was like, yo, like, that's those niggas, you know, like, I was talking to everybody. Everyone was so shocked because I was that nigga quiet at school, just hooping, you know, trying to do his thing. So I was the first time doing that. So, like, that year, my 12th year, I got more into just, like, being more social, which I think expanded, like, my mind to be more, like, you know, like, just communicate better with people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
And you had, like, a Christian household, like a strict Christian household, no?
I wouldn't say strict. My dad moved to Lebanon, Pennsylvania. My mom was always working. Okay. But we went to church on Sunday. But it was just like, it was strict when we were living in the apartment. Okay. So we lived in like this 2-bedroom apartment up until like 4th grade, and that's when it was like, because the church was right down the road, it was like you're getting beat to go to church. Yeah. But then once I hit puberty and I was like bigger than like my mom, you know, it wasn't a beat thing, you know.
Yeah, when you can fend off her moves, like, Mom, come on, this is 10 years of the same moves. Yeah, like, not disrespectfully, but you know, not disrespectfully,
but yeah, it was no longer like, you know, she's not gonna hit me like she used to.
Quick dodge.
Yeah, so like, I was escaping church at that point, you know what I mean? So, but like during those first 4 years, it was strict. Like I was altar server in the choir up until 4th grade, and then we moved to Orleans.
So like an altar boy.
Yeah, I was altar boy, altar server.
Shout out Orleans. I know Orleans.
Orleans is a spot, man. I'm the last stop in Orleans on the bus.
Wow.
The last stop.
Where is this you're talking about?
It's Millennium.
It's like
Ottawa.
It's like a town out.
Get on the 94, just get off at the last stop. That's
I'm born and raised in Toronto, so.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I've been out of Toronto, but not a lot. You know what I mean?
No, I remember, man, Toronto's lit. I remember we came down here. I stayed at because I used to play like traveling basketball. Like one of the hotels we did was like close to like Jane and Finch, and they were like, okay, like don't leave the hotel at this time. Like, it was like crazy, man. But yeah.
Okay, with this music stuff, right? Because you continue to do music.
Yes.
And I want to get to where you started to blow up, because I know that blow up point, right? But let's talk about like this first set of tracks. What was your first song like?
The first song I ever made was a remix to Drake's One Dance with Rihanna.
You getting impatient, hold up. You see, because nothing worth having is easy. Anything easy lacks worth. And
I did a cover to that. Before that, it was all just like rhyming poetry and like little poetry videos.
So 2016.
Yeah, it was 2016, like end of summer-ish. I think I put the song out. September 1st, 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first ever time putting the song out.
Wow.
So, 3 years going on 4-year career.
Yeah.
1.8 mil subscribers, 14 multiple videos with 10 plus million views. So you say it's easy to get, but what was it like to see your first video touch 1 million views?
Oh no, it definitely wasn't easy to get. I think
I'm not saying easy to get, but like now that you have so much subscribers, it's more easier to touch 1 million than the very first time, because I noticed that on one of your tracks, like 6 days ago or last week, there's like almost 100,000 or almost 1 million views in like a week. Yeah. Right. So what was it like to get your very first?
The first million was on Hilly Clinton. I remember I skipped practice to freaking shoot that video.
Hilly Clinton.
this morning, Hilly Clinton. Lost the trumpet, now we tripping. Thank God I got a pass.
Yeah. So what I used to do, I used to film like when I would get off of work, I would film a video in front of this like painted picture that was in the hall. I would clean, and I would always I would take like weed and compare it to something in life and make motivational speeches. So one day, it was just when Donald Trump was going against Hillary Clinton,
right?
And Designer had just put out. He had Panda that summer, and then he had the Timmy Turner song.
Yes.
So I was sitting, and every day I would think about how am I going to go viral? How am I going to go viral? How am I going to go viral? I was like, there's something I can do. There's something I can do. There's something I could do. So I sit down, and I was like, Timmy Turner. So I was like, Hillary Clinton. So I basically took the whole election and put it into that song. So then what happened was I took that video and I posted on my Instagram, and it was the most traction I'd ever got on anything I posted. So I started bombarding WorldStar and getting all like my fans to DM WorldStar, Funny Blacks, and Designer. So then after 3 days of like 1,000 people sending them messages and me just going crazy, all 3 of those accounts posted it.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
So all of a sudden it was like I gained like 20,000 followers on Instagram. And that's when I was like, yo, we need to make a music video to this. So I made a music video to that, put it on YouTube, and then that over a period of time after pushing that was my first 1 million views.
Sick.
Nice.
Sick.
Yeah.
How'd you hook up with Bad Bobby? You have a track I see here, and that was maybe this.
Oh, Bad Baby.
Bad Bobby. Did I say
Bad Bobby.
Listen, I went in with conviction.
How about that?
I went in with conviction because I've been pronouncing it right the whole time. So it's Bad Baby.
Bad Baby.
Because I see the H, and I'm like, maybe it's supposed to be something else.
Bad Baby,
So
Catch
how
Me
did you get
Outside.
that? The cash. You have a track called "Cash Me Outside."
Cash Me Outside, yeah.
At 13, she crawling, we installing. All the money that she getting, boy, you know that it's good. Took a flick with a coat, I guess she repping the hood.
So the song was actually never made with it. That was just a tactic in my head.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Because that was when she was blowing up off the
interview with Dr.
off
Phil
the
or whatever.
interview with
it was.
Dr. Phil. So all I did was I went to the Dr. Phil video in the studio. I took the vocals of her saying "Catch Me Outside." I put it on the beat, on the beat. I knew Sway the remix got because we had DM back and forth. And I said, "Hey, bro, I'm just gonna use this beat. I know it's not gonna be monetized because it's all good. I'm not trying to make money off of it. I'm just trying to expand." So he's like, all right. So put that out, and I just put featuring Bad Baby because I took her vocals and put them inside of it.
Smart.
Yeah, and just made the quick one take video with the funny skit in the beginning. That was that.
You're fucking brilliant, man.
Thank you.
Oh,
Good times, man. Good
Because that
times.
shit.
See, nowadays I couldn't do that with how big I am. I can't just like take somebody's vocal, put it here, and be like,
Yeah, no.
you know. But that was like my first year making music. I didn't even know nothing about copyrights, none
You
of that
was
shit.
going in, you was doing what you felt was right.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you build that fan base of the 1.8 million subscribers? Because I always equate, and I always say this: 1 subscriber to me is worth 5 Instagram followers. Because it's way easier to just press follow on Instagram
Facts.
than to go log into your Gmail and subscribe to somebody's page.
Facts.
Right? So when somebody does that, it's because they want to fuck with your shit. They
Facts.
fuck with you.
Yeah.
Right? And no matter how many rappers we have here who have a lot of views on their videos, their subscriber count isn't as high. So how do you get that higher?
I think I always have the thing where I just say, you know, you got to fuck with the people who fuck with you. And I think, honestly, like, there's a lot of things that are subjective in life. You know, who's the best rapper, who's the best artist, this and that and that. But I can confidently say that I am the most interactive artist in the world. I feel like I can like confidently say, and I feel like a lot of people would agree that I spend the most time like DMing people back, all of that shit. So I think that is conducive to building a lot of subscribers, because when people join like the Dax family, they know there's a chance of them talking to him. You know, a lot of the people who show up to my shows, I've talked to them before. Even if it was just a reply back on a comment, a heart, something in the DM saying something back. Like there's a lot of over 3 years of just constantly replying every day for hours and continuously doing it. There's that notion where it's like, yo, I'm following a guy who I have a chance to talk to. So it's
You're
like
actually obtainable.
exactly. I'm reachable. So well shit, let me follow him, because when he drops I want to comment, so he's gonna interact with me.
My comment you may say the person that thinks of himself, my comment is something that he may see and actually reply to.
Exactly.
I have that chance. With other artists, I really don't have that chance.
Exactly. So you're more likely to subscribe to that person you think you can reach at this point.
You know? No,
Very interesting.
That's very dope, man. How's it living in LA?
Man, it's a fucking jungle in LA, bro. I love it and I hate it. You know, I'm excited to leave already, but I also like it. You know, I'm excited to move into a gated community. It's dope. You know, I think that it's the first 8 months there is like a period where you have to be everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah.
And then once you sort of like do what you need to do and everyone recognizes you, you sort of need to leave for a second because you start seeing the same people everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're like, why do I keep seeing the same people that are in the same place and still doing the same things?
Yeah.
So you gotta distance yourself.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get caught up out there.
How do you stay focused?
I think that all starts like as a child upbringing. You know, I probably just attribute that to my parents. You know, just like growing up, you know. I think some people are just more easily influenced than others, and that just starts from early childhood.
Yeah.
But I've just always been pretty focused and motivated.
Dope. You even like with the way that you've been like ascending in this game right now, you had like a track in 2018, right? A lot of controversy. And Tory Lanez, another Canadian rapper, there was some friction in the club. You know, and I was watching the Adam 22 interview where you were talking about how man's rushed you and all that. My question to that is, do you feel that there was some bullying in there because you're another Canadian rapper?
I don't know if I don't even know if niggas really knew I was Canadian. I think they probably found out later on. A lot of people don't even know I'm Canadian now.
Interesting.
Like, oh shit, Dax is from Canada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Canada doesn't really know about Dax. My biggest fan base is not Canada. You know, so it's like, I don't know if there was bullying because I was Canadian. I really don't know the motives behind the whole thing. Yeah. It's just sort of a moment in life, you know?
Well, that was like all the way back in 2018. Have you all ran into each other again since then?
No, but we've had like conversations, smoothing everything out. We're cool now.
Everything's all curry now.
We FaceTime. Everything's smooth.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shout out to Tory Lanez, man.
Yeah, man. I'm not a controversial motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm very nice. I'm not trying to fight nobody. Yeah. So everything gets smoothed out with me.
Well, I seen the way that you were talking about it in the No Jumper interview, and you didn't come off on some, oh fuck that, yo, when I see him it's on site, and I was like, you know what? I like this Dax guy. I like
that's a Toronto. That's a Toronto way of dealing with things.
Yeah.
When I see you, it's an on-site thing. That's a Toronto way of dealing with things.
That's just not my upbringing. So you know what I mean. It's like I'm not gonna be mad at another man. You know, things happen, and you just people make mistakes. You get over it. You grow.
Yeah. I want to go back for one quick second with your parents with the Christian upbringing. Did they ever get at you for like getting into like spoken word and rap and like why are you getting into this secular music?
It's always been like a common thing. Like even when I started basketball, I was like, why are you doing this? You know, because like I'm Nigerian, so it's like be a doctor, be a this, be a that. But it's always just been like common knowledge in my life. It's just like people always just say that's just Daniel. And you know what I mean? Just
you're the outlier.
Yeah, I just do what I want to do. You know what I mean? So it's I wouldn't say even now my mom doesn't know a song of mine. You know what I mean? That's not the topic when we're talking. You know, we're talking about like, Danny, make sure you're seeing the doctor, make sure you're doing this, make sure you're still praying, Like the conversation is not like
it's not about your music.
Yeah, it's not about the music, you know. So
Oh man.
Niger. Shout out to Nigeria, man.
Yeah, my brother's half Nigerian, so,
for real?
My little brother,
And I know it can get like even like with West Indian households, it's one kind of strict, but like I know like Nigerian households, Ghanaian households, it's like a different kind of strict. You know what I'm saying?
I just got lucky because my parents worked so much that there was just so much of just like time for me to think by myself and do things. So it's just like I really got the chance to have like that strictness, but not to the point to where it was overbearing and I couldn't break out of it. Because a lot of Nigerians say, like, bro, like how did you escape the whole expectations of like Nigerian parents? And I'm like, man, my parents were working, bro.
Such a simple answer.
Yeah, they were working.
We're probably expecting some deep thought, like, yo, I did this and I planned. No, bro. Parents were just working.
Yeah,
and I had a lot of time to myself.
Yeah.
Basketball. You ever feel like getting back into motivational speaking?
I always tell myself, like, you don't got to be a motivational speaker to do motivational speaking, Like, there's going to be some things I say on this podcast that are motivational to some people who find it motivational, So I don't think I'll ever, like, maybe, like, when I'm 60 and, like, now it's, like, traveling school, but I don't want to go back to motivational speaking until I'm successful enough for the people in the crowd to think they should be listening to what I have to say,
Where you could charge, like, fucking $300 to get, like, 20,000 people in a room.
Yeah, not even the money. Just, like, I remember I did a motivation, like, I did a motivational speak at this school back in Wichita, Cape and Mount Carmel. My coach took me, actually, because he now does motivational speaking for, like, mental health and shit like that.
Okay.
But it's, like, the kids are gonna look at Kobe Bryant differently than they look at me.
For sure.
You're an NBA champion. You're this. You're that. You're that. I was just the kid that went to a Division II school down there. So it's like the respect factor, just wasn't the same. So I want to be able to come back and talk to kids after I've created this like successful, a
good base.
Yeah, good base.
Yeah. No, I'm digging it, man. What's your favorite thing about your life? Actually,
No.
What's your favorite thing about your life?
The fact that I get to choose what the fuck I want to do. I can wake up if I don't want to do something. I don't got to do it.
Nice.
I control. I don't got to do shit.
Yeah.
I like that. I want to do shit.
Yeah.
And when you want to do something versus the need, the feeling of you need to do it, it's different.
Yeah.
No,
I'm digging that, man. I'm digging that. What do we got there? Because we could keep you here all night asking you questions. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Last couple questions here. Actually, what's your least favorite thing about life?
Oh man, the least favorite thing about life, or like music, or life?
Just life, period.
The least favorite thing about life is I feel like there's just like a constant chase of like what's gonna make me feel like content, but it's never found. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. It's like, all right, well, I wanted to tour. I wanted 1 million views. Okay, now I want 10. Well, shit, you got 10. Well, I want 15. Now I want a Grammy. Now I want this. Now I want that. And it's like, at what point do you say, all right, bet? Like is it when you get to Jay-Z and you're a billionaire?
Yeah.
Because he's still trying to make money.
Oh yeah, he's not happy.
Yeah, he's not stopping. So it's like, Bill Gates is still working.
Yeah.
It's like, so maybe it's like, okay, well then maybe it's like the whole love thing. You find a family, but then it's like, damn, you start making this music shit, like fucking love life becomes 10 times harder. You know what I mean? So for me, it's always like, damn, like what is that? It's gonna be having a child? Well, shit, who the fuck am I gonna have a kid with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Am I gonna have to wait to get married, or should I just like maybe just like, one of these girls I'm cool with, maybe let me just get her pregnant and like just like so I can at least have a kid, so I don't, you know what I mean? It's like I just be just so many questions, so that's what's hard. Yeah.
Do you feel even with women, now that women are coming up to you who already know who you are, that it makes it harder to trust people? And it's not just women, just people, period.
Yeah, definitely. I don't like hang around that many people, but I'm nice to a lot of people. I would say it's definitely harder to trust people. I don't know. I had the same problem when I was not doing shit. I don't know. I don't think these women don't change, bro. I don't even know. They lie to you if you broke. They lie if you rich. They don't give a fuck. But guys do the same shit. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't. It does. Obviously, it plays a different role when people know the stuff you do. But I had the same problems when I was broke. Yeah. And it pissed me off more back then. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, it pissed me off more back then than it does now with women. But like, you had the same problems back then. At the end of the day, when you get to like, once you get over the age of like 20, like everyone you're talking to is either currently talking to someone or has an ex-boyfriend at some point. Yeah. So you're gonna be dealing with turbulence. Yeah. So it's just like,
or some kind of baggage.
Or some kind of baggage, you know. And the older you get, the harder it gets. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's tough, bro. Yeah. Even like with the way that, you've propelled into the scene now, like you're in LA, you're around a lot of different things that you haven't been able to see, like you're that veil.
The red carpet, or the veil or whatever, they remove the veil.
What do you call it? The velvet rope.
Yeah, the velvet rope, yes.
Yeah, right?
Veil.
What have you learned now about being able to see the smoke and mirrors behind things? Man,
I've learned that like everything, isn't what it really seems. The people who I once thought were rich and had a lot of money don't. Yeah. The people who you thought like, just because what they're portraying isn't necessarily what it really is. You know what I mean? So that's, I guess, behind the smoke and something you definitely learn. You learn that, everybody's hitting you up for a reason. There's a reason. There's very few people I meet now or that talk to me and there's no agenda. Some type of benefit to what that is going to be, and now I have to decipher is like, are they cool enough for me to be able to do this? You know what I mean? So everything is now like a decision that's money driven at some point. Yeah. Because like, who really just wants to be friends? Yeah. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, you want to go to a club or something? Like, there's not shit to do. Yeah. If there's no like money talk type shit be involved, they're probably like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not that cool of a person. I don't go out and party. and all that shit. So it's like, that's what's hard. And then it's just trying to keep your head in LA, you know. There's so much shit to do.
Yeah.
So when did you make the decision that, you know what, I gotta just move to LA?
That was when I was a senior.
So you've been living out there?
I've been there for 2 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I graduated like 2 years ago. So I've been in LA for 2 years now.
Wow.
But I made that decision my senior year.
Yeah, that's good that you graduated too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that was probably my proudest moment.
Yeah. I want to switch gears for one quick second before we're done. All right. We live in a crazy city, and you live in a crazy city too.
Facts.
Right? You live in one of the places that gang culture has been birthed from. You know what I'm saying? Besides Chicago, LA is the birth of Bloods and Crips, which is spread across the fucking nation all the way over here to Toronto.
Right.
And
it's in Toronto too?
Yeah. All over
I didn't even
the place. Right. And we've had a crazy high murder rate for what Canadian standards are.
Oh, in Toronto?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? 2018, 2019,
the last
almost
2 years
as crazy.
Has just been
gun violence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like a motherfucker. And gun violence has gone up. Even though the murder rate went down a little bit, the gun violence has gone up exponentially. Right? For somebody who lives in LA and gets to see that, what do you think that we can do over here to bring down our gun violence?
What can we do to bring down gun violence? Fuck.
I told you we were making a left turn or something.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. It's like, how does one even like bring down gun violence? I wonder if social media has played a role in gun violence.
I think so.
You know what I mean? I think the ability to have something like be known adds to violence. You know, because it's like back in the day, it was like if you had a problem with somebody, you had to go handle it.
Yeah.
There was no like
where to express it.
There was you know where you can send an email.
Yeah.
You know, so you had to go handle it, and no one was gonna find out about it.
Yeah.
So it's like the motivation behind it probably wasn't as the same as now.
Yeah.
I think now the difference between now too is like with social media, it adds to the fact that people are willing to go and kill out of proximity. Because like for example, I feel like people kill in proximity. Like no one's going from Ottawa to Toronto to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
You're not driving 4 hours to go shoot somebody. But like with social media, that if someone like clowns you some way and it's now on social media, like you might make that fucking trip.
Oh yeah, commenting is here. Send the addy.
Yeah,
send the addy.
Like you might make that 4 hour trip now because of social media. But back then it was like, you're not making the trip. There's no fucking Google Maps. Like you can take out the map. You gotta you know what I mean.
The communication didn't even happen.
Exactly, it didn't even happen. So I feel like all that's like added to it. So I don't know if you can slow it down because like it's just getting more intricate, you know.
Yeah.
Social media made it more advertisable.
Yeah.
You can advertise your beefs more to your songs, your whatever.
And then the people now jump onto the beef too. That adds even more fire. The beef usually isn't even about the two people. It's about the people in between that are saying, oh, this gotta happen, this gotta happen, this gotta happen. All the comments and this and that and that. And now they feel like they have to do something. Or else it's like, oh, I'm less of a man. When in reality, all the people commenting don't give a fuck about you. Yeah. And when you die, all they're gonna do is comment R.I.P. and say, "Oh, I wish you would have done it." So I feel like, you know, that's why I want to say, like, I don't want to say I hate rap, but I hate the genre that is rap in terms of like what is mostly like popular and celebrated. Not to say that's the only reason it happens, because it's been going on, but just like, it's just annoying, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally thank you for that, and I totally understand where you're coming from with the annoying part. Yo, like, you love the music, you know what I'm saying? I love me some gangster ass shit, but sometimes it's like, man, like, why does the reaction have to be like this for certain things, man?
And gangster shit is different with social media. When there's no social media, it's different. But now, like, because before it was like, oh, let's all go tune into MTV, and we're gonna watch it there. We can't comment on the shit. We're just gonna watch it and consume it. Now it's like it's posted and the comments, and comments be fucking niggas up more than anything.
You super right.
You can get 1,000 positive comments. The one negative one will fuck your whole mind up.
Yep.
and you won't even see all the positive shit.
All you see is that one.
That one.
Yeah.
You know?
Real shit, man. Yeah, man. Thank you for that, man.
So yeah, that's
So that's for you.
Oh hell yeah, shit.
Yeah, that's for you.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, man. What do you got coming up next, man?
Man, I got a whole gang of shit coming up next.
And let me
No pun intended on the word gang.
let me preface that a little bit with, because you got an EP out kind of thing, like not a full album. You got like an EP.
Oh yeah, I got the It's Different Now EP. That was dropped like almost damn near.
It's about 2 years ago now. Almost.
Yeah, I got one coming in 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. We're like, are you giving us like a full length album?
Not yet. I'm not gonna drop a full length album until I feel like I have the resources to really make it worldwide heard. So I think an EP is just like the best thing for me now. The next EP is gonna be crazy though.
Okay.
I'm really bent on like proving to the world that I'm like one of the best rappers ever. You know? So like the next EP is about that, trying to, you know, just gain. 2020 is about, you know, like creating a narrative of respect around the name Dax. You know, I feel like 2019 there's been a lot of people like have tried to like diminish, you know, my name. So in 2019, so I think 2020 is all about just like creating that, you know, having my peers respect me, people respect me, you know what I mean?
Okay. Fucking Dax in the motherfucking
Dax,
thing.
man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. Plug your social medias. Let the people know where to find you. All that, like, you know.
Hell
music,
yeah.
everything.
I always say, man, just search Dax DAX. If I don't come up, I'm not doing my. Oh shit, what's up? I always say, man, search Dax DAX. If I don't come up, I'm not doing my job. That shit hit different 3 years ago too, and it hits different now 3 years later.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. And specifically, what else I want to say? Come to a show. That's what I know. That's what I really want to plug. Come to a fucking show. Buy a ticket.
Yeah, man. Whatever city that motherfucker's in.
Whatever the city, man.
You know what I'm saying? Come through.
Country too.
And catch a high energy show.
High energy, man. No, you know, there's no fuck shit going on. There's no fights breaking out. There's none of that. It's everyone's having fun. Everyone's happy, and we just have fun. That's it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Dax in the motherfucking building,
Dax.
man. Yeah, man.
This was good.
World's most smoked out podcast.
World's most smoked out podcast.
Yeah. All right. Dope. Thank you, sir.